sponsored by Regions Bank, member FDIC. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you guys our February 2021 monthly budget. I'm super excited to be filming this video. I am filming it a little bit early. That's because I am supposed to be going out of town at the very beginning of February. So I just wanted to go ahead and get some videos out of the way, get them filmed, edited, uploaded, all of that good stuff. Today we're going to be talking about our financial to-dos for the month of February, as well as our goals, and of course our budget, which will include our real income and our real expenses. So if any of that interests you, then please keep watching. Before we dive fully into the video, I do want to introduce you guys to Now Banking through Regions Bank. The Visa Now card is a prepaid reloadable card that allows you to conveniently and smartly manage your money your way. Of course, using a card is safer and generally more convenient than using cash, for which case I believe that it would make for a great budgeting tool as far as trying to stay on budget. A great idea, I would say, is to use the card for the areas where you have the most trouble with staying on budget. Let's say you have a hard time with sticking to your budget of eating out and you load $200 on the card. After you spend all of the $200, then that would let you know that you have spent all of your money and depleted that fund and that you are perfectly on budget. So it's a great way to make sure that you're staying on budget and make sure that you are managing the money that you have and not overspending. Another quick shout out to Regions Bank for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and hop into our February 2021 monthly budget. Okay, the first to do that we have for the month of February is to purchase one of my best friends a birthday gift. Y'all know I'm pretty big on just giving in general, but especially for like birthdays and things of the sort. So I will be purchasing her a birthday gift. What's funny is I always say my last hoorah pre-COVID was her birthday party that we had in February of 2020, and we had it in her newly furnished basement. We had been planning that for a couple of months. It was so fun, and yeah, it was our last hoorah and our last time on a flight because of COVID and all of that. So anyway, it's just crazy to think it's been a whole year practically, and you know, I don't know, it's just crazy to think about that, but that is my first to do. Next up, I have 1 million appointments, medical appointments in the month of February. Like, I don't even know how this is even a real thing, but it's a real thing. So I have to go to my primary care physician, which I go to annually or as needed. I have to go to my OBGYN, which I go to her annually. Also, I am having laser hair removal. Technically, I'm finished with my treatment, but they gave me one more bonus appointment that I wouldn't have to pay for. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in and get one last treatment. And then also in February, I have a dental appointment. Another to do is to schedule our vision exams. Of course, we go once a year, and it just happens to be that the month that we continue to go is in February. So beginning of February, I will schedule some exams. I think last time we went around like the middle of February, so that's probably when our insurance will allow us to go again. So many appointments, which I'm sure will yield a bunch of copays. So there's that. Next up, I'm supposed to be going to New Orleans for my friend's birthday. Now, interestingly enough, this is not the friend whose birthday is in February, but rather the friend whose birthday is at the end of January. So we're supposed to go to New Orleans at the beginning of February. Your girl would be driving if I am to go. So I guess we just have to see. Like I said, I'm filming this a little bit early. Next up, I want to possibly maybe sponsoring a bowling alley trip. I was recently at a mentor meeting with the girls. If you don't know, I'm a part of a mentor group. I just kind of help out as like a mentor. And I was telling them that I would sponsor a bowling alley trip. That's pretty much what I do. I just try to like sponsor things here and there and show up when I can, chaperone, those types of things. So that could be a thing. Again, I feel like most of my plans in life for the past year have been contingent upon COVID, the pandemic, and what's safe and what's not safe. And then last but not least, I want to plan a Valentine's Day date. Now, normally I don't really care about Valentine's Day, I guess, on the one hand, but on the other hand, it's also the anniversary of our first date. So like our first date, real date was on Valentine's Day, like around that time. So it's kind of like sentimental and whatnot. So I want to do something like fun and funky this year, given the pandemic. I thought about maybe bringing a private chef in, but I haven't really processed it and thought through if that would be safer than going out to eat. So, you know, I just don't really know, but I feel like I do want to put some time and energy into finding like a cool Valentine's Day date type of situation along, you know, planning this alongside my husband. We want to invest $3,000 to $4,000. We'll talk about that momentarily. I also want to continue to stay up to date with student loans and whatnot. Obviously, not at the filming of this video because I'm filming this right before inauguration, but in the coming days that will take place, and I don't really know what is going to be what with that. So I just want to stay up to date with what's what. Another thing that I want to do is earn an additional $1,000 in income. This is just a financial goal that I personally have. The main reason why I'm really interested in earning a little bit more than what we are budgeting for each and every month, especially in 2021, is because I am trying to furnish this home. I wouldn't say that I'm purchasing things that are expensive by any stretch, but I do have a couple of pieces that I would like to purchase that are a little more expensive, and so I don't really want to take from our monthly budget to furnish the house. I mean, essentially that is what it comes down to. But if I can, you know, plan to meet our financial goals with the money that we for sure know we're bringing in, and then I can bring in some additional money, then that kind of just offsets those and makes it to where we can purchase some of the things that we want that may not be necessities. The next and final goal as of right now at the filming of this video is to research a cool birthday gift for my friend. Honestly, a lot of the times I'm just kind of lazy, I guess, and not really proactive when it comes to picking out gifts, and I'll just settle for a gift card, which I'm appreciative of gift cards, but I know that not everybody wants a gift card for their birthday or for like every single occasion. So I try to get spice it up every now and again. Regarding paydays, which are the paydays that we get from our full-time jobs, we will get 4 for my husband and 2 for me. Of course, we will get business paydays as well, but I don't really necessarily mark them because I never really have. I guess I feel like because the income fluctuates so much and the paydays are so variable, and I could go into a month and, you know, come up on a brand deal or something like that, and then it just kind of changes everything, and it just is so variable. So I just kind of just budget for the paydays that we get from our full-time jobs. So let's go ahead and talk about our actual budget, our income, and our bills and expenses. For our total income, we are going to be paying ourselves $10,000. So this $10,000 is a compilation of my full-time job income, my husband's full-time job income, and business income. Now, unless we lose our jobs, we already know exactly how much we're going to bring in the month of February, and I'm already paying myself from the business for the month of February. So that's how that's working out, and that's how I know exactly what number this is. So this is going to be less business expenses, business taxes, and all of those types of things. This is like a for sure number, and I guess I could do a video on how I am able to do this and how it just makes the perfect amount of sense and whatnot, but we'll save that for a later date. As of right now, we're budgeting $10,000, and our bills and expenses are the same amount, and that is because we do an every dollar budget. So we are going to budget for all $10,000. I also want to mention that our budget for February is going to look very similar to the month of January, and that's even down to income. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about how we're going to spend all $10,000. So first up, we're going to pay our mortgage. That is going to come in at $1,471.46. That is a fixed amount, and February will mark a full 12 months since we have been paying our mortgage, because we moved into the house in December of 2019, but our mortgage wasn't due until February. So February will be, you know, a full year. Also, our security is going to be due in February. That is a fixed amount as well. That is $51.47, and we actually have been paying that for over a year because I got that on like day one, because that's just the type of person I am. But we do have our security, which is going to come out in the month of February. For our electricity, I am going to do an estimate of $125. Typically, if I'm filming closer to the end of the month, then I will have the bill in advance. But because I'm doing this video, you know, not super close to the end of the month, I don't have the bill, and I don't know exactly how much it's going to be. But for January, it was $113, and we have been doing pretty much the same thing, so I'm just going to budget $125 to be safe. Next up, we have our phone bill, and that is going to be $86.50. We own our phones, and we have AT&T prepaid, and so that's just how much our bill is. Of course, I am exploring other phone options. There are so many prepaid options out there, so I'm trying to figure out which one is going to work best for us. If you have any suggestions, let me know. If the bill isn't going to be less than $80, you know, I don't really see the point in switching unless I'm going to save like a decent amount of money. So if you know any like prepaid plans out there or companies that have unlimited packages for like 30 or 35, let me know down in the comments section. Next up, we have our cable/internet, and this bill is going up. However, they told me to call back at the end of January to see about getting a new promo or deal. When we moved in here last December, the only company that would service this area for internet or even cable was AT&T DirecTV. So that is what we had to do, and that's the company that we had to go with. So naturally our promo has ended, which, you know, I thought it was a 2-year promo, but I guess not. It's a 2-year contract. Long story short, man, when I called to ask about it, he said to call back at the end of January to see about new promos, because I can't get a new promo or deal until my current one ends, and I have to do it 10 days after that. I am hoping that this will not be the same in February, because I'm not trying to pay $170. I also don't want to pay the cancellation fee, which is $260, but of course that would save us money in the long run, I guess, if we canceled the cable, because that would be the only thing that I could cancel. I don't even know if Comcast is servicing this area. I'm working on that. I won't really know what is what until I call them again. Next up, we have water/sewer. I'm budgeting $35.54 because I am of the impression that that is the lowest amount that our bill can be, because throughout the winter months, that is what our bill has been. In the summer, it's higher because we run the sprinklers and all of that. Next up, we have our Reckless AF funds. We're budgeting $200, which shakes out to be about $800 each. One for my husband, one for me. At the filming of this video, which is around the middle of January, I actually have not spent any money. I really don't spend money on myself really ever, and pretty much anything that I do buy falls into a different category, so I really don't spend any of my allowance, but it is there if I do need to use it. Next up, we have donations/gifts. Like I mentioned, we do a lot of giving on a large scale, but we do some giving on a small scale, and I like to have a budget for that, just so I don't feel as bad if I'm giving more on like a micro level or on a lower level. So if I have a little budget, then I feel like I can kind of stick to the smaller giving, which normally includes, you know, like any kind of small donating or any kind of birthday gift or something like that. Next up, we have toiletries. We're budgeting $50. Sometimes I think about adding this to the food/dates category, but then I also really like to see how much I'm spending on, I don't know, laundry detergent, paper towels, toilet paper, those types of things. So I keep it separate, but that's what the toiletries category is for. Next up, we have beauty. So my husband got his hair done at the tail end of December, even though I budgeted for him to get it done in January. And then I have an appointment in January, late next week. So therefore, I'm not anticipating any hairstyles that will need to be done in the month of February, but I may get my nails done and a fill-in and, you know, something like that. So that's why I'm budgeting $50. Next up, we have travel. This would be for my New Orleans shenanigans. Again, I would be driving there. Airbnb's already paid. I don't really know what life would be like if we did go there. I'm sure there would be a lot of restrictions, and I'm assuming, like in my head, I'm spending most of my time in the Airbnb if we do go. So I don't know, we'll just have to kind of figure out what the shenanigans will look like, or if we're gonna go through with it or whatever the case is, but that is what I'm budgeting to spend if we do go. Next up, we have house. I budget about $200 for the house every month. This does help me with decorating the house. I will say, like, furnishing is expensive, but like the decor isn't expensive. Like I can get a painting or a picture or something for $50 or $80 at Ross or something like that. The furnishing is a little more expensive, but the decorating is not. So this is kind of like my decor budget. Plus I am using it. So like in December, we like did over our garage and I bought some storage containers and things like that. So it was really just a budget for purchasing stuff that we didn't have to purchase when we lived in the apartment. Next up, we have miscellaneous. We budget $100 each and every month for things that we have to purchase or pay for that we didn't necessarily budget for. So I feel like one prime example is we are forever signing up for a free trial, Amazon Music Unlimited or HBO Max or whatever the case is, and then sometimes we forget to cancel, and so therefore we have to pay money for it until we cancel again. So I feel like this category captures all of our mishaps, our small mishaps. Next up, we have health. I am budgeting $150 for all these different copays. When we do get vision exams, my husband will come because we go on the same day. We just kind of like knock it out and get it out the way. His dental appointment is until April, I think, and he doesn't have to go to the OBGYN, and he doesn't have laser hair removal or whatever. So I think his only appointment will be the vision exam, but again, lots of co-pays and whatnot, so I'm budgeting $150 and hopefully that does the trick. Next up, gas. That is for our cars. I have a decent commute to work. My husband does not. So between the two of us, we do about $120 a month. I will say that we have our truck back now, although we're not really driving it, but I do wonder, like, if we are gonna be driving it in any capacity, you know, just for whatever reason, if that is gonna change our gas budget, because February will be the first month that we've had the truck for a full month, or really longer than a week or two, really. So we'll have to see, but we do have 3 vehicles. Next up, we have car insurance. We are not budgeting anything for that. We paid for car insurance for our 2 cars and our truck back in December, and we won't pay again until June. That is because our premiums are 6-month premiums, so we pay them in full every 6 months to save hundreds of dollars. Health insurance has gone up a couple of dollars. As you can see, it actually skyrocketed in January, and we had to call because they just like automatically increased the price and like changed the plan because we failed to like renew whatever it was that we needed to renew back during open enrollment. So anyway, it went up in January, which you'll see, but is going back down in February, but still a little bit up from what we were paying in 2020. By the way, that is through Anthem. Next up, we have life insurance for $42.19. That is for me, that is for my husband, that is through Fidelity. Food/dates, we're budgeting $850. That would encompass the little Valentine's Day shenanigans and any other like going out to eat or picking up food or regular grocery shopping, any of that. At the filming of this video, our student loans are not due in the month of February, so I'm not budgeting anything for those. Skipping down to retirement, we are budgeting $4,000 for retirement. This is going to be for the FIRE movement. So we have joined the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early. We do have a strong longing to retire early, and so therefore we are going to be investing a minimum of $3,000 a month into Roth IRAs and a joint brokerage account. Our goal is to do $4,000 a month, so that's what we're hoping for. If we can do more, then that's fine. If we have to do like $3,000, that's fine too. We can kind of make it up during a different month or something like that, but we are trying to do at least $4,000 a month if we can. What's left of the $10,000 is $1,371.22. If you're wondering what we would do with that, it really just depends on what we feel like doing with it. So it might be purchasing a furniture piece or purchasing some kind of decor piece. It may be sending more to retirement. So it really just kind of depends on how the month shakes out. It could be for giving. I mean, it could just be for a whole bunch of different things, but we are supposed to have nearly $1,400 left over in the month of February. So that is all for our February 2021 monthly budget. This is what we are projecting. Of course, every single month, you may not be able to stick to the budget as best as you thought that you would. There may be an increase in income or an increase in expenses. There may be an unexpected expense, but it's important to go ahead and have that plan prior to moving into the new month, I believe. This is our plan. Fingers crossed we can stick to it. It's a fingers crossed type of situation every single month. I'm not a fan of surprises and unexpected expenses, but I know that that is a thing that is going to happen, and I'm not going to be able to, you know, change that. Another quick shout out to Regions Bank for sponsoring this video. I will have information regarding Regions Bank and Now Banking down below in the description box. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.